What's up, everybody? Azaru here for another episode of the wrap up review series where we review games that I've recently finished. Take these glasses off because I feel like I look ridiculous. Anyway, making my eyes hurt. But yeah, uh, here to review Pokemon White version 2. Keep in mind that I am not an expert. I'm not a professional. I review these things how I want to review them. It might not be to your liking. It might not be what you're used to, but it is informative and it is me. Anyway, yeah, Pokemon White version 2. The game starts off, of course, with a new on the professor, which in this game is Professor Juniper, where she, of course, just goes through the normal things that you would go through in a Pokemon game. They tell you about the Pokemon game, what Pokemon are, like various types. Then the game asks you if you want to be a boy or a girl, la 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 la. And then you choose your rival's name, etc., and all that good stuff. So, yeah, moving on to the things that really matter. As always in Pokemon games, you pick one out of three types of Pokemon to be your starter. And it's in between a fire type, a water type, or a grass type. And whichever one you pick, your rival will pick one that has the type advantage over yours. So let's say, for example, if you pick the grass type, your rival will pick the fire type. If you pick the fire type, your rival will pick the water type. If you pick water, your rival will pick the grass type, and so forth. So off the jump, your rival pretty much has a type advantage over you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna speak on that. Uh, Pokemon White version 2 is pretty much just based around the story that the storyline takes place 5 years after the first like Black and White. One second. Be a sip of water. But yeah, the game takes place 5 years after Pokemon Black and White. And it is formed around that Team Plasma has split into two separate groups. The first group was the group that was following Gatesis, and the second group who follows N. Now, N in the last game was this mystery guy. He had this strange ability to speak to Pokemon, and at the end of Black and White, like depending on whether you're playing a black version or the white version, he leaves the end of the game with Zekrom or Reshiram, and he just flies off into the distance. And like you don't know where he went, you don't know where he went to. He just disappeared. And in this game, it's apparent that like he didn't die, because they still have people that are like waiting for his return, or people who are still alone, like following his ideas that he had in order to have people in Pokemon living in harmony. And then you have Gatesis, who just wants to take over the world. And yeah, so that's pretty much like the entire storyline as far as that goes. Now, Pokemon, of course, is you going around capturing the Pokemon you want or need within that area, and you go to the various gyms in the various cities, and you challenge the gym leader in order to get a badge to make it to Victory Road and face the Elite Four and then face the champion, and then you beat the game. That's pretty much how all Pokemon games have ever been. Well, I won't say all Pokemon games, but all of the Pokemon games like this one, they have all followed that same pattern. You going from your hometown, having your rival get one Pokemon that has a type advantage over yours. You go into every city and facing every gym leader. You getting the badges and you heading to the like Victory Road, and you facing the Elite Four to beat the game. That's pretty much all Pokemon has ever been. And in this game, I would say that it's what it is, but it's kind of different in a sense, because a lot of things have changed. First off, I would say like the main thing that you can tell has changed, especially like from the last game, like all the gyms. They changed the gym designs, and it's more easier, and it's more so easy to get to the gym leaders than in the previous Pokemon games. For example, like they would be like all these mazes that you would have to go through and such, and that is the case for like one or two gyms, but for the most part it's just a straightforward shoot straight to the gym leader. Now, of course, there's other people in the gym that you have to face, like prior to you getting to the actual gym leader. But basically, that's like it's nothing outside of facing those people really, and just getting to that gym leader to earn that badge. That's pretty much how the gyms are set up. They took away all those extra gimmicks for the most part, and they just said, you know what, that isn't really needed. It's fun to see, it's fun to watch, but at the same time, it's annoying because all you want to do is just get to this guy, and then you end up going around in a fucking circle, and it's like, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Pokemon. The graphics in this game have improved a great bit, and they added some features to this game that really impressed me. For the Pokédex, like they added this new habitat feature, where like basically when you're in an area and you say you have like encountered all of the Pokemon within that area, what this game, well, like when you encounter a Pokemon in that area, what this habitat feature would do is that it will basically, just take note of that Pokemon within that area. And let's say that you want to go back and you want to catch every Pokemon in that area, like after you've seen them all, then this new feature in the Pokédex would allow you to do that. And also, like if you're confused or if you're wondering if you've seen all the Pokemon in the area, all you have to do is just go to that area within the Pokédex habitat feature, and it will get you a clear stamp, which is letting you know that you've seen all the Pokemon within this area here. And it will give you a bold stamp if you caught all the Pokemon within that area. So it's a good little feature for some like post-game play. Let's say if you want to go back and you just wanted to catch every Pokemon within that field or in that area, and like you just didn't have to wonder about it. because it would all be recorded within this habitat feature, and it will let you know that, okay, either you've seen all the Pokemon here, and these are the Pokemon that you can catch in this area, or these are the Pokemon that you've already caught. And there's a bunch of little side mini quests. There's one quest in particular that the game just gives to you. I would say that it's this like this collect 50 medals, which I didn't collect all 50. I thought it was completely pointless. I don't know if they give you something if you get all 50 medals or what, but for every time you go to a new like Pokemon Center, or anytime you like wait a while and like you go back to a center that you've been to before, it's this guy in the white that's standing next to the Pokemon computer, and he will give you new medals or new hint medals, which are some medals that you can earn, but there are certain things that you have to do. For example, like you have to go to like 50 different vending machines, or you have to buy a drink from a vending machine, or you have to like buy certain things like from the shop, like 10 Pokeballs or something like that, and then you earn that medal, or there's something that you will get out of it, like some type of item or something. And yeah, so that's one thing that they keep consistent throughout the game, which is it's something to just do if you're not really doing anything, really. And yeah, that's something right there. Almost forgot what I was gonna say next. But what else? The habitat feature, the gems. Yeah, so I guess I can speak on the rival in this game, because the rival in past Pokemon games are like, dating all the way back to the beginning. Like, the rival has always been this arrogant, brash type of individual, and he always thought he was best, and he always, like he was just this mean person. In this game, that isn't the case, because Hugh, or as I called him in the game, Dice, he doesn't come off as this arrogant and brash and foul person. He just comes off as this individual that wants to stop all the evil Team Plasma members, because long ago they stole his little sister's like Pokemon, and he's just trying to get it back. And he feels like every Team Plasma member that he comes across is evil and they're no good, and he just wants to beat them up. So he just comes off as this caring big brother slash best friend type of person who just wants to do good, but he isn't as evil as the past rivals. So that was a good change of pace for me. Like the graphics in the game, they've pretty much been the same since the last game. I would say that they have improved slightly in areas, like with the changes to the gyms and, things like that, but it isn't really nothing too major. Like another one of the gimmicks in this game, well, I won't say gimmicks, but another one of the things that they have done in this game that I pretty much think that they're going to exploit in the future is this absorb fusion deal. After you reach a certain point in the game, you earn these like DNA splicers, and what you can use to fuse the legendary Ice Dragon Kyurem with either Reshiram or Zekrom. And just depending on like which one you use, it will like take on a different form. Now you can use the DNA splicers to either fuse those two together, or you can use them like split them apart. But know that their moves are going to be the same. Excuse me. After they split apart, man. So like, if you just happen to fuse them two together, and you're wondering, oh my god, like, are my Pokemon are going to have the same moves as they had before if I split them apart? Don't worry. The fusion has its own set of moves, and after you know, like defuse them, they will have the same move set that they had last time. So you don't have to worry about losing anything to that. I mean, you can use the DNA splicers more than once to say, like, for example, like with me, I use the wild like Pokemon modifier action replay code to find, different like legendary Pokemon that weren't available in the game, or like in my version of the game. And I had fused with both Zekrom and Reshiram at different times. Like I couldn't fuse both of them, at the same time. I'm talking too damn fast. And another thing to note is that the only Pokemon you can fuse is either Zekrom or Reshiram with Kyurem. Those are the only Pokemon you can fuse together, but I do believe that's a feature that they're going to exploit in the near future, because like that seems to be like the new thing going on. But yeah, but of course, another thing I would like to say about Pokemon is that, well, White version 2 is that, like just like in the last game, the battles aren't as dull. In this game, like, you get more a variation of battles. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. They have single battles, they have like double battles, they have triple battles, and they have other rotation battles. Now with the single battles are just simply, like a 1-on-1 between two Pokemon, one on your side, one on your opponent's side. Like with the double battles, with the double battles, it's a 2-on-2 match, and you have to be careful because some Pokemon may have moves that can hit everything on the screen, and it's the same thing with triple battles. You have to be careful with what team you use, because or like more so like what moves that you use, because certain Pokemon have moves that can hit everything on the field, including the Pokemon on your side, and you don't want to damage them by using moves like that. So you have to be careful with those. And of course, triple battles or the 3-on-3 matches. Now, what the rotation matches are, they're like a mixture between the triple battles and the single battles, because between you and your opponent, like, you both get 3 Pokemon to use. However, you can rotate them, and only the Pokemon that's up front will actually be doing the battling. And of course, you can rotate at will, so you can use whatever attacks that you want, or like whichever Pokemon you have on the field with you. And of course, you can retract a Pokemon, say like you don't want to use this one anymore, you can switch them out. Same thing with the triples, doubles, and the singles. So I guess I'll continue to talk to the about the environment. Yeah, like in this game, like a lot of the places you can tell it shows aging. It shows that damage that was done in the previous black and white. You know, certain areas had been destroyed, and in this game, it's apparent that like they've shown that it's certain areas that in the last game you had access to, but in this game, like they have roadblocks and they have stop signs. Like they have guards there, or like like some type of roadblock to stop you from going there in places. For example, like with the Musketeer trio. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about as well. Like the legendaries in this game, overall, like they're easier to find because like with the case, like with the Musketeer trio, in the previous game, like there were certain areas or like certain like caves that you had to go into in order to find them. In this game, like that's not so much the case because like they appear to you at certain points in the game, so that you won't have to really go out and looking for them. Now, mind you, with these legendaries, you can only face them once. So like right before you face them, you have to save your game. That's if you want to catch them, because chances are you won't have like all them, like enough master balls to catch all these things, because that's pretty much it. You're not gonna have master balls to catch all those guys. You're gonna have to like dwindle down their life to a certain point, and then throw a ultra ball at them, or a great ball, or a pokeball, or whatever, and you would have to keep doing it until they're caught. And yeah, that's something else. So I mean, and another thing I would like to say is that this game has a lot of post-game content. I didn't even do all of it. It's like 35 other areas that you can do only after you like beat the post game. I mean, that's only available to you post game. So after you beat the Elite Four, and then you beat the champion, and you beat the the game, there's all this extra stuff for you to do, and there's legendaries for you to catch. There's even a tournament mode, which was the selling point for me, because originally I did not plan on playing this game. I was iffy about it because I didn't know until I heard about this. It was a feature in the game that allowed you to face all the gym leaders from past Pokemon games. And after you beat the game, there's the World Tournament. And there is where you do it. At first, you will only be able to only face the Unova region gym leaders. But after you beat that one, then it's like, hold on, like 4 or 5 other areas that, like 4 or 5 different region leaders that will appear, and you'll be able to face them from past Pokemon games. For example, like the Sinnoh region, the Hoenn region, the Kanto region, the Johto region, etc. You'll be able to face a lot of those gym leaders that, and it does bring back a feeling of nostalgia. Now, I didn't compete in all of these world tournaments. Maybe sometime, when I have some downtime, I'll do it. But You know, like I didn't do all of them, but I did like beat the Unova region leaders, and I showed you guys that, you know, like this is what happens after you beat the Unova leaders world tournament. You get all these other options, and they have their own list of Pokemon that are banned, you know, from their world tournament. Like it's certain Pokemon that you can't use. Most of them are legendary. Most of them are the rare and well, all of them are rare and legendary. But for different ones, there will be some Pokemon that you can, some legendaries and rares that you can use. So taking in everything, what do I think about this game? Like I said, it's a step out of the like out of like Game Freak's comfort zone to try something like this with Pokemon, because they aren't known, like Pokemon isn't known to be this game with a bunch of like direct sequels to them. And I mean that in terms of the actual game and the storyline. This game is a direct sequel to the first Black and White, or like the first white version. It's a direct sequel, and the storyline is well done. The environment shows that there have been, you know, some time have passed. The events that have taken place, you know, 5 years ago in the storyline, the scene in the game and the storyline in the game fits that 5 years later, which is where the storyline takes place. And they pretty much did a good job with this game. So much so that I would honestly be willing to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. You know, just straight up and down like that. But not only because of that, because of the post-game content. You know, Pokemon has always been known for their post-game content, but this time it's just like they give you so much on a list. 35 extra areas to explore. Different legendaries that you probably didn't think were in the game or actually in the game. Like I did use a wild Pokemon modifier, and you will see like closer to the end of the videos on the playlist, you know, which Pokemon I used for the wild Pokemon modifier, and which ones were just in the game that were just a part of the storyline. But yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for this game. I think it's great. It's a step out of Pokemon's comfort zone, but they did a good job with it. And, you know, who knows what the next the Pokemon game is going to hold. Who knows what they're going to do next, but they did a good job with this game. Graphics wise, it was nice. It was some areas that I couldn't explore because I didn't have a Nintendo 3DS. It's an area that you can explore if you have a Nintendo 3DS called the... What's that? Oh, yeah. The Dream World or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. So, like I said, I'm not the best reviewer in the world. I'm not even used to doing reviews, but I am getting better at them. And one day I'll be able to look back at this, and you will be able to see progression. So, remember, just because you're not good at something doesn't mean that you will never be good at it. So, keep striving. And I'll see you guys for the next wrap-up review. And until then, peace.